back to what was on the field or what wasn't on the field. Kaiir Elam being inactive in this game. And I guess I kind of put this in my like and did not like column. Obviously, something I don't like because less than 2 years ago, you drafted this guy in the first round. Not only drafted him in the first round, traded up to get him. And, we saw him start the season when Trey White was healthy, with some inactive games, getting beat out by Dane Jackson and Christian Benford and starting the year as cornerback 4. And then, Trey White goes out. He gets some action. He hasn't looked good. Dane Jackson came back from missing a game, and he's right back out of the lineup. And in this game, he was inactive in favor of Josh Norman. Yikes. 35-year-old Josh Norman joined the team, like a week ago? And for what it's worth, he came in and had some nice plays on special teams. Maybe Josh Norman still got some juice. But I think this is much more a commentary on Elam than what they think Josh Norman is going to provide. Honestly, feel like he was inactive last night. I feel like they have him on the trade block. I think as bad as he's been, you would still have him active over Josh Norman. So to me, this whole scenario played out as they're looking to trade him and didn't want to risk any injury, which is kind of crazy. We've seen so much patience with so many Bills players that, they draft for these physical tools, and, year 3 is a big year in their development when they break out. You think of Allen, Edmonds, Knox, Oliver. We're seeing Epinesa right now. Just been a ton of players kind of in that mold. And it looks to me like they're done with him. I'm really curious if, something happened like behind the scenes we don't know about. Because I feel like down the stretch last year and even into the playoffs, like I feel like we don't win that Miami game without some plays from him. I don't know. I just thought he looked pretty good down the stretch last year, to just looking completely overmatched this year. Coaching staff seemingly just done with him. It's crazy for how recently he was drafted and giving up assets to go up and get him. The side of that I do like, I should touch on that, is the willingness of this organization to take a step back and be willing to say they've made a mistake and not double down on those mistakes. Which I think is something you don't see a ton of in the NFL. People, coaches, GMs kind of live and die with these players and what they think they can be. We've seen this a few different times. The one that really stands out to me forever is when they went out and got Kelvin Benjamin, and like that was supposed to be, this move to really push us forward. And Benjamin sucked, and I think he got cut in the same season. Bean has shown the willingness to take swings, and when they don't work out, move on. And I don't know if Elam will get moved before the trade deadline. But to me, this kind of spells, you don't want to just stick around with Elam for an extra 2 years because you drafted him in the first round. He's cheap labor, and we'll see what happens. I think especially with the injuries Trey White has gone through, if you're ready to move on from Elam, then do it so we can reset that. Maybe you draft another guy in the first round and try again. Maybe you go out and, really swing for the fences on established veteran that is going to come in and what they are. But you're not going to spend another 2 years, kind of handcuffed by a player. And in the meantime, you have Dane Jackson and Benford that are both playing pretty well. And, with the uncertainty of Trey White, does he come back from this? Does he want to retire? Is he sick of these injuries? And the Achilles is a serious one to come back for us, especially, for the movement skills necessary as a cornerback. So I think there is just some uncertainty there. And yeah, I mean, if you're done with Elam, move on, lick your wounds and start looking for the next move there to bolster your team for the long run at the position.